just one word on the subtitle. We got one word from the actress. All right. Now, don't wait for the other person. Just go at it. Have your scene, and you translate as they go. All right?
Are we Italian or are they?
You're English. They're Italian.
Okay.
We're Italian.
He thinks we're Italian. Oh my God! I can't believe I found this place.
I don't like the way you're dressed.
Have you ever thought of going for 1 to 99 suits? We're over on Wilshire.
No, you're not going out like that. Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't get so fresh with me.
All right, now change the mood.
Oh, bling, bling, bling.
I'm enjoying this.
Oh, can you please dip me? Please, I love it when they dip me. That's so romantic.
All right, very good. We live in a world of words, language. But I want you to keep this thought. The species has been around for almost 5 million years now. We learned to speak between 50,000 and 80,000 years ago. So for almost all the period that we've been around as a species, we didn't talk. There's sometimes I wish that was still true. But why is that important? It means that we're wired to communicate. We haven't really caught up with this language thing yet. We haven't had a whole lot of time to in the big picture. Words are only one component of communication. And if you're a leader who likes to lead by email, who is Italian, if you like to lead with words, think again. Because that's not the whole component. In fact, it's, I think, a small component of how we communicate. You saw up here voices, inflections, you heard emotions coming out, you saw them doing things, so there's visual, audio, all that was going on. And a leader needs to employ all these forms of communication, not leading by memo. A memo has no relationship. And remember, leadership is relationships. And this communication that we do, this is how we do it. So it took us, what, almost 5 million years to learn how to talk. I hope it doesn't take us that long to learn how to listen. But we're not there yet. So keep that two-way thing going. And just as a quick illustration, I need four people. All right, face each other. All right. Here, that ball represents the message. It is the message. Send it back and forth. Okay, you're witnessing communication here. A message is going back and forth. Who's the leader? Whoever is delivering the message, right? Okay. Now, whoever is receiving the ball, one hand behind your back. All right? Ready? Begin. All right. Do you see things are just a little bit different here? Just a little bit. What? It's a little bit. There's being a little more careful, aren't you?
You're aware of the other person's
all right.
challenge.
Now, the person receiving the ball, you can use both hands now. Although I love to ask people to keep both hands behind their back. The person receiving the ball now, eyes closed.
Oh, use the force.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
And no squinting, Debbie.
Close your eyes. Here we go.
Keep in mind, person delivering the ball, you can move.
Wow, that was good.
Oh, you can
move.
move.
You can move. You can move. You can move.
That was close.
Oh.
You can move.
Now,
Jack, you don't have to close your eyes when you throw it.
You can get closer. You can get
All
closer.
right, okay. What would you do if you were in their place, Becky?
I'd be coming closer and maybe
Right.
hand it to them.
Exactly.
Countdown.
Countdown, all right? Now,
tried that.
they began devising some methods. Hey, I'm gonna throw it now and all that, but
now.
what's wrong
With
going?
Yes.
with doing that? It's too easy. But whose responsibility is it that the message is received?
leader. The sender.
The sender. How many times have you heard he just doesn't get it? He's too stupid. Well, maybe the sender isn't putting it in their hand. How many times do you get messages like this? Or thrown at your feet? Or, you know, or they try a nice little bank shot off of the wall. It is the responsibility of the leader, of the sender, to make sure that the message is received and understood. If you do not get that, you have no chance of ever being a good leader.
What if the person you're communicating to just doesn't want to get it? Like you keep sending the message, you try all different ways, and you send an email, you want to meet them, they just so blocked to get it. What do you do in that?
No, and there are those situations, and that's when you realize this relationship is not going to work. And then, well, you know what has to happen then.
Or you have to take the time, if it's a valuable one, to find out what it is.
Absolutely.
And that's managing by objectives, by getting someone to say, why is it this is so hard?
You might even, as a leader who is responsible for this person, I mean, I've had to fire people,
So what, yeah.
and I've always considered that a failure on my part, that somehow I just wasn't able to make it work.
Well, that's-
And I
that's a
always
common
felt-
feeling of people I've known in business go up, not down.
Yeah, well, okay, but that's, it's because somehow I didn't make it work, because it was my responsibility.
Great.
So, as you said, you're gonna try different ways, maybe talk to some people who know these people, talk to your HR department, see if there's some
See
way
if the
that you
objective-
can get through. But there are people sometimes that you just can't.
I found often in management it's a language problem.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly people with a second language and you don't give them an opportunity, if you take the time and you can oftentimes win someone over when they finally get a clear message.
Exactly.
You've taken the time to really hear what they're saying, and wait a minute, let's see if we can take it to the other way.
And those people will very often be your best employees.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Those, and that just means taking the time
Mhm.
to walk over and do that. Keep that mental image. That is the picture that you want to enact. Thank you. Any questions or comments about what we've covered so far? All right.
Excuse me. I think it's important to remember also that leader doesn't denote employer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you have a relationship-based situation, employer doesn't work as a part of the relationship. It really doesn't. Now, you may be the employer, in fact. But for instance, I remember early on in my career, a person who was supervising me said, "You got to do this, 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 and this, or you are not going to get your bonus." How motivated was I? Not very. I went to his superior and said, "He doesn't get me." Because he's trying to motivate me with monetary threats. I don't work on monetary threats, sorry. And that was a person that just needed to learn. He actually eventually became a very good leader. And a good person. I was glad to work for him later. But he had a little learning to do there too.
Also, there's a problem because many times the person giving you directions doesn't have it clear in their own head.
That's right.
That's
And that's
where
having
you-
the vision.
That's where you really judge the client's client.
Yes.
That's what you have to go at in any business situation. It's the person sitting across from you, but it's also who told them and what
Yes.
is the objective of the company. If they can't do that, you don't have it.
If upper management does not give a proper vision, the organization cannot function.
True.
Making money is not a vision,
It's a result.
it's a result. We're gonna go with Matt again. In 2012, the Stride Gum Company came back to Matt and said, we'd like you to do it again. That last one went super viral, and it did. It's just millions and millions of hits. Half of them are mine. But so he did. Well, now he did something really different. Really different. See if you can pick out. Matt becomes a true leader by incorporating the world's vision into his own.
All day
Notice that in Syria they have to blur the faces. It tells you something about the leadership going on over there. You'll all be happy to know that after a few months therapy, that little kid was able to move his neck once again. What was different?
No strike commercial?
You were in sync.
Exactly. And how did they get there?
The music with them, they worked against the music.
Whose dance was he dancing? This. Theirs.
But the music was the same.
Yes.
The beat was the same. The
Right.
count. That's how they edited it.
Well, sure, yes. And you can see some elements in there that they planned out in advance. But in Vienna, he was doing their dance. He incorporated their vision into his overall vision so that everybody had ownership. And you got something much more organized. Yes, the first one is funnier, but the second one, I think, is more important. Because, yes, exactly, it has more meaning to it
Scale.
because of what he's doing. Relationships. Whose dance are you dancing? You saw him go around to all sorts of dangerous places in the world, places like Syria, North Korea, Oakland, California. and Alhambra. And
They were in Cleveland.
that's right. And yet, these people wanted to join in. Even, I mean, it's heartbreaking. Even those girls in Syria. I mean, my God, they took a risk to do
Big
this.
risk.
Well, that's commitment, and I think he got it by doing their dance. So always ask yourself, whose dance are you doing if you're trying to be a leader? Thank you very much.